Hey, it's your old pal Lucid Stu again, and in this video we're talking about monorails. The Las Vegas Monorail, to be specific. We're going to ride this thing from the Sahara Resort on the north end of the Las Vegas Strip to the MGM Grand Resort on the south end. We'll talk about where it goes, how it works, why you might want to use it, why you might not. Let's check it out. We'll start out at the Sahara on the walkway to the station. These stations are detached from the resorts they serve, but generally convenient, with a journey of between 200 and 500 feet, and the system is ADA compliant. The system is easy to use. You can purchase a ticket at any station or on their app. A one-ride ticket is $6, a one-day pass is $15, and then there are various discounts for e-tickets and longer passes. In the past, I found it to be a very good deal to stay at an adjacent resort and buy a pass to cover my entire trip. The stations are showing their age a little, but they are clean. While I was there, this gentleman was diligently maintaining the place. Here's the monorail. Let's climb aboard and talk some more while we check out the Las Vegas Strip. The Las Vegas Monorail is 4 miles long and runs along the back side of the east side of the Strip. That does tend to make your trip more east side centric, but you can always walk across the street or take a cab. Las Vegas is so expansive in terms of tourism that you're likely to be walking quite a bit on a trip regardless. There are 7 stations total, 3 are clustered on the north side and 4 on the south side, with a 1.5 mile interlude between, which goes past the Sphere and provides a great view of the Strip. It's honestly worth $6 just as a quick tour, at least between Sahara and Harrah's Link. On the north end, you have some interesting possibilities for a budget trip, staying at the Sahara or West Gate, each of which are full-scale resorts and have their own station. Those are a little bit cheaper to stay at, but you still have transit access to the middle and southern parts of the Strip, which are more active. The Westgate station also hooks up with everybody's favorite, the Las Vegas Loop. That will get you from the monorail to various convention center sites as well as Resorts World and the Wynn. The convention center station, located by the South Hall entrance, is not particularly centrally located to the convention center, oddly enough. However, it is convenient enough for the monorail to be useful on a convention trip. There was some kind of Vegas Loop construction going on next to the convention center station, but I haven't been able to figure out exactly what they're doing. One cool thing about the monorail here is that it actually flies over the convention center building, which does its small part in fulfilling the desire we all have to live in the Blade Runner universe. It's also worth mentioning here that the monorail is owned by the Convention Center Authority. The service is actually pretty zippy with a top speed of 50 miles per hour. It's not the smoothest ride and can get into some serious banking, so it almost feels like an amusement ride at times. Transit from end to end is about 15 minutes and it runs with 4-minute headways during busy times, which makes it a legit and extremely convenient transit service. That's especially the case because it's reasonably priced. I rode this thing early in the morning and I was mostly on there with people going to work. There weren't a lot, but you probably wouldn't think that, right? The trains are 4 cars long. They were originally made by Bombardier as their Mark VI model of monorail. That's the same type as the monorails used at Disney World, but a slightly different design. Unlike the Disney ones, the Vegas monorail is automated, so no driver or attendant. The cars have seating for 26 people each, with a total capacity of about 45 considering standing room. At 4 minutes between trains, that renders an overall capacity of roughly 2,700 passengers per hour in each direction, probably a little more if you really pack them in. Once you reach Harrah's Link, the scenery becomes mostly back of the house, so it's nothing to look at, but here is where you start hooking up with the major strip resorts. One flaw of this system is that it lets you out at the back of every one of these resorts, and then you have to walk through the entire resort to get to the street. It's about a 1/4 mile walk through each, but technically Harrah's is the closest walk to the street. Strip resort stops include Harrah's Link, Flamingo, Paris Horseshoe, and MGM Grand. The Harrah's and Flamingo stops are oddly close together, and between those is the link promenade between the street and the high roller giant Ferris wheel. That broad shop-lined walkway probably would have made a great corridor for the monorail, but such is short-term planning. Hey, at least the view of the high roller is good. Of note here are the Venetian Convention Center and the Caesars Forum Convention Center, both of which are readily accessible from the Harrah's Link station. There isn't much to talk about between Paris Horseshoe and MGM Grand. There should probably be a stop serving several large timeshare and condo towers at Harmon Avenue, but there isn't. There have been rumors of the monorail's demise within the next few years, but the Convention Center Authority has stated that they intend to run the thing for at least another 10 years. MGM Grand is the end of the line and is probably the best integrated in terms of the resort stations, with the platforms only steps away from the entrance to the casino. Here the track continues on to allow the trains to switch tracks and head back the other way. One of the emerging benefits is that it will be across the street from the new stadium they're building for the A's. A couple of parting comments. Currently, one of the trains is wrapped. If you're interested in sightseeing, you're going to want to avoid that one. A new station at the Sphere is a possibility, which would be helpful for ridership, but its future is uncertain. And finally, to enrage any transit fans watching, the authority has indicated that one possibility for the infrastructure post-decommissioning would be to put a 2-lane deck on top of the pylons and integrate it into the Vegas loop. I hope you found this to be a thorough overview of the Las Vegas Monorail. Who knows, maybe it'll help you out next time you're in Las Vegas. We're aiming to get monetized by the end of the year to activate some new fun content next year, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Right now things are looking good, so let's keep it up. But that's all for now. Until next time, I'll see you on that big, beautiful freeway.